Boom, this is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We got a little bit of Soul Land Reloaded up today. I got a bunch of stuff to cover, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. It's probably going to be a pretty long video because I got a lot to go over, but we'll try to make it as quick as possible so everybody can get back to playing. All right, first we've got, since I was not able to give you a fairly update on my team the last video because of the fact I hadn't been able to do my enhancement session. I try to do an enhancement session at least once every other day. To update everything, I go through, rearrange the team based on, the BP, adjust the settings inside of the equipment, move the equipment around, because as S rank moved out of, you move SS ranks in, and that's what happened here. So Ren's been taken out of the lineup. Her BP's far too far, and after doing moving an S Soulbone set to die, I was able to really get a function of actually him working pretty well as an off tank. He's not listed as a tank, he's a nuker is what he's actually listed to, an AoE nuker at that. But he does do pretty good at tanking, and he has to because he's a melee range. But with Sword Deo and Path Life Tank, I'm able to get enough assistance with support for him to survive. So he hasn't really been having much trouble. I've been noticed I am able to take down I'm at 35. I took down two 38s and a 37 today inside of the Delu match. So it's definitely helps out a lot. So what I'm doing now is I'm running Tang San, Dai, Deo Chen, and BB Dong. She's still in the setup. Those are the four mains. And then for my support, I have support 2. I've got Chen for his attack and Ayen for her heal and her attack up buff. Okay, and then I've just got Ren set as, she's in the support along with Dugu, Juliana, and occasionally, sometimes we have two teams. I'm starting to get to the point where I'm going to be able to add another support, so I'm going to use Rong for that. She's got to become my second healer. I'm most likely, within a week or two, I'm going to have another healer. Whether it's going to be the brand new SSIN, which I don't think it's going to be because I spent at least an hour and a half looking on the internet yesterday trying to find out when there was a possible event for her. Have not seen any word on that. In case you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, the best healer in the game was released roughly around the same time our one-armed bandit SS came out. They snuck in Blue Silver Empress Ayen. This is the SS version of Ayen. She is the most powerful healer in the game. She's a beast. Everybody I've been talking to and on the board say best healer by a large margin, by an exceedingly large margin. Okay, and don't get me wrong, Oscar's an excellent healer. He does a very, very good job. I've gone up against teams who are pretty much even, and if they've got him, I usually lose simply because of the fact that he heals at a high rate. So I'm definitely going to have a healer next week, whether it's going to be her or whether it's going to be Oscar is moot. One or the other. I can get Oscar right now. I've got the shards to do it. I just want to make sure I don't. You see, getting Oscar. If I get Oscar, and then all of a sudden they come out with an event where you can start getting shards for her. Usually over 2 events you can get her. That's the last 2 characters. That's what they've done. I've gotten them both. You get like 100. You get like 90 or 100 on the first part, and then a few events later they'll have an option where you can purchase 30 more shards and you can get the character. That's what they've done with both Tang San and SS Deo Chen. I'm hoping they'll do that with Ayen. It might not happen though, simply because I think this might be what they consider their first paid character, simply because of the fact of how good she is. Okay, sort of like Zoo was when they came out with the game. They didn't have any options to get Zoo shards. Except for one time, and it was like 50, and then nothing else came out for her. And they have not had nothing for her since then. You can get certain chests that have her in it, but even then, some of those chests don't contain her. They contain Oscar and Mahjong, the Phoenix. So her and Tien are in a separate chest, higher level characters. I'm hoping they're going to have some, so what I'm doing is I've collected those shards. And anyway, I've got those chests. I could make Oscar right now. So if by next week I don't have any options, I don't see any words that there's going to be an event for her, then I'm just going to go ahead and get Oscar and start bringing him into my team. I don't want to bring him into the team, start wasting mats. I know I can take him back, but I just don't want to have to deal with that. So if by next week nothing can be determined on whether or not she's going to become available, I'm just going to go ahead and pick up Oscar because he is an excellent healer. Okay, he does a good job. There's no doubt about that. I'm putting Oscar in the lineup. I might actually be able to hit 40. We'll have to see. But that's where we're at this point. Okay, so that's the team update. Up to, so we're moving up. We're getting up there. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got going on. So we've got a new event. They came out with another SS beast here. We've got the Emerald Jade Phoenix is what he's called. Okay, it's a 3-day event, as most of the events are. So here we got first log on was today. Log on 1 day. You want to focus on these little soul orbs here, and I'll show you why here in a few minutes. Time limited pack if you want to get him immediately, and if you're willing to spend a large chunk of money, you should be able to obtain him at this event. The 60 right here, you need more, but you can get. I think it takes 120 to actually. I think it's 120 to actually make him. So you're going to need to get your hands on 120 shards. I can't get inside of it here. So, yeah, 120. So you're going to need to, here's the thing. You can get 30. They have an option where you can purchase 30 of him right here. You can get, so you get 30 here, okay, and then 30 here. This is for the previous one. This is for the one they entered some time ago, and then he just disappeared for some reason. Not sure why. But again, they've offered more shards for him, so I got another amount of shards. I went ahead and purchased them since I'd like to have an SS, beast. I don't yet, so I'd like to have one. All of mine are S. Well, yeah, all of mine are S's. I got the woman, Ice Woman, the Heavenly Horse, the Terrant Dinosaur, and then the Devil Bird King, which I just recently got to put on the One-Armed Bandit. So, but you should be able to purchase 30 of them right here. Now, the reason you want to focus on those is because that you will be able to cash those in right here. You'll be able to get 12 of these, so that's 60 more shards of him. So you're going to need about 360 of these white soul orbs, okay? But you can purchase some in the resource sale here, so you should be able to get the other 60 shards, which is going to bring you up to the 30 got. It's going to bring you up to 90. It's going to make it very close to being able to actually get, you're going to need 30 more. So my assumption is in a couple of events, they probably have another option where you can maybe get 30 and maybe actually get him to make your first Spirit Soul, SS Spirit Soul. Okay, so that's what you're looking for. All right, so this is a very nice event. And remember what I say about always making sure you pick up the actual shards, as many of these shards in these adventures as you can, because they will allow. They've been fairly generous in allowing you to get these SS weapons and SS, but you got to focus on it because it's spread out over a time period. It can be spread out over 2 and 3 weeks. The same that they do with the SS characters. They just spread it out over. You can't get it immediately unless you pay, but you can get it a little bit more in the future. So they have a free to pay, as they say, path, an F2PP ability. So I like that, a free to play path, and they do have that, and they have not been. They've been very good about that, which is one of the reasons I love the game. But there's just so much going on in this game. You really have to focus on it. I mean, I will spend the enhancement session that I did yesterday. Literally took me about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, going through the shops, reorganizing the equipment. It's really, there's just a lot of stuff and a lot of way to get the mats. So if we take a look at the characters, so I got a hidden weapon in my spirit. I wanted to get them all to 50, so I did that. Okay. And I did that. I've got them all at 50. Also, take a look at these things. Take a look at these. Just don't go stick a Spirit Soul onto this. Make sure it's like, if you got, like BB's ranged. This Devil Bird, he is designed for a ranged character. It's not designed for melee. So make sure that you put a soul that's going to assist them with what they're doing. I mean, which is why I've got the this Tyrant X. Okay, this is a melee physical attack. Just like he is a melee physical attack. So you want to try to at least match somewhat. Don't go sticking Tyrant on one arm Chen simply because the fact that they're not what they're. Try to match it as best as you can. And you can get these things via chest, so you have a choice as to which one you want to get. So that's what I did. So that was my first focus, and I did manage to get them all to 50. That helped greatly. Next, I focused on the rings. I usually go in an upward battle, and as you can see, I've still got to focus on. Oh, that's Oscar. I've still got to focus on, chance rings, and as you can see, I'm able to do that right now. I've got the breakthrough requirements here. I can do break through the ring, okay, and break through the actual thing to get them up to. So I got him up to 1 now. So that's where I want it to be. Start bringing up the rings on him, and I got to get them enhancements. So I want to get them up to 75. I should be able to do that easily. Yeah, I've got the mats to do it. Level up 1. As you can see. So what you do is you just focus on the item that you want to do. Okay. And then when you run out of mats, you just click on this. I can't do it from here, but you can click on the item and it'll take you to tell you where it's at in what shop. Okay. So that's the way to go about that. So now I've got his rings up evenly. So that's what I do. I focus on the bottom. Now I'll start focusing on the equipment up here. I want you to 130, 130. So I've got everybody at 130. That's pretty decent. So I don't need to focus on that at the moment. And then I've got everybody's that. So then I want to start focusing on stars on inside of these. As you can see, I've got my weapons all. So I need to get this weapon right here. I need to upgrade this thing. So I need 60 shards for that. But I don't think I have any chests available for that. So I won't be able to do that at the moment. Materials, match shards, consumables. I don't have any chests. No chests for that particular option, so that won't be able to happen at this point in time. So yeah, so how many do I need? Yeah, I need 60. And I don't have any shard chests for that at this time, so interesting. So I'll just have to get my hands on some shards. Let's see what they're offering in the Evidu Festival today. Still, you should be able to. I used a bunch of these to get the Devil Bird King for Daochin. So I just have to wait until they come out with a chance to get some shards for that. But that's how I do it, and that's what I did, and that took me all the way up to where I'm at today, which is now currently at 35. So that's where we're at with that point. So that's how I do it. But you can do it a different way. As always, just focus on the events. There's not really much going on outside of that today. They got some more purchases for the Scorpion here, if you're interested in him. They got a weekly gift bag. This really doesn't help me. I've got a bunch of these. I'm going to have to start upgrading my soul bone, extended bones. This one I'm going to have to start focusing on next. I'll probably do an enhancement for that. Hold on a second. I got to jot that down. Extended soul bones. So I write them on my little list of things to do because there's so much stuff it's virtually impossible to remember it. And then, okay, so that's it. I did not hit the packet. The packet was closed. So close. I had that 1600 in one day, and I didn't quite get it because I'm going to get these 3 hots here. So that's bummy. Close though. But nonetheless, probably about 100 or so shards away. So if I'd been able to grab one more bag, I probably would have got it. But it is what it is. So that's the best thing. All right, so continue to focus on that. So no, not much going on in the timeline of events. Just make sure you do the Heaven Dew Festival. Stick to your 100 just to get the shards. Master Forger still going on. This is a good way to get some shards, which I did purchase as much as I could based on it. It's really hard to get these, the ice core swords. You can't actually purchase them inside the shop. Normally you can purchase a handful of them to do that, but they don't let you do that. So there's not really a whole lot. So that limits the amount of shards that you can get. But yeah, so you want to keep on that. Secret shop is of course still open. Make sure you collect this 500 that you can claim right here. There's also some of the shards for the new SS in there as well. Blue silver treasure, some more shards if you want to get it like that. So there are ways to purchase, numerous ways that you can get it, and actually probably upgrade it maybe once or twice, but it probably costs several $100s to do that. I don't find that to be cost effective for just one, even though the SS weapons and beasts are significantly higher advanced than the S. So just getting one, even if you can replace one that's been upgraded a couple of times, and you're still going to get a buff out of it. You have to get into really high level upgrades on your S's before they're going to override these SS's, because these SS's that they're coming out with are exceedingly strong. It's going to be interesting. People who get into this game at a later date who haven't been playing it from inception like I have are going to have a really hard time building up a strong team at any successively speed, because these things are just not going to be around anymore. It's going to take you 5, 6, 7, 8 events to maybe get an SS. Or now we're able to do it in 2 or 3. So it's going to significantly slow unless they come up with some type of methodology for getting these SSs from a perspective where you don't, where if you like a shot that's specific for them, that you can earn some type of material. But I haven't seen it yet. I'm not even at max myself. Max doesn't really hit until 70 when you start getting into the Immortal Herb exchange. I have a lot of that stuff just sitting waiting for me to get to 70. And I'm progressing pretty much as fast as normally. I mean, I'm doing well over 100 normal modes each day just to get these rewards. So I'm purchasing stamina 5 or 6 times a day sometimes. I usually purchase it 5 times and then spend Oscar sausages, 2 of those sausages to make up 60, because each one's 60, so you can spend 2 of them. These ones right here, you dig 2, that'll give you 120. And I just do that, and I'll work through and I'll focus on the mats for each one. As you can see, I've got a bunch of SS shards available. This is the big one, so I can get 100 for Oscar there. Get for this one right here. This one here is a full set, so this can get you all the ones except for the new ones. So this could, but I could get the the rating of 50 for him right there, and I'd have him. And then they've got another one. So as you can see, yeah, enough to get Oscar and enough to get set up on another one. Pretty about halfway through in terms of that. I like it. I like the fact that the chests are out there and that you can get them. And they'll have some more in event. Like I say, there'll be another event opening up here, 7-day event, here in a day or two. Then we'll see what pops up. But right now, focus on the Phoenix. Get as many of the shards as you can. Okay, you should be able to get 90 out of this event. 30 purchased with straight up purchase 30 shards. And then purchasing using those white orbs. Get 360, you'll be able to purchase 12 5 sets, which is a total of 60, giving you 90, which should put you in 30 away from what you need. And then they'll have another event here probably 2 or 3 times down the road, four times down the road, where they have shards for it. You'll be able to buy those 30 shards, and you'll be able to make the Emerald Jade Phoenix, and you'll have another SS beast. So we'll have to see what happens. All right. But yeah, I like it. I'm progressing through. Team's gotten a lot stronger now. I've noticed some beating teams that I would have had trouble with before or lost to. That no longer happens. One-Armed Bandit has made a huge difference in the team. He's very, very powerful. It does damage exceedingly fast, and he does a ton of it. along with him and Tang, throwing out their supports. It's actually funny watching the game go at 2 speed because everybody's casting their. The game keeps pausing as everybody's because the game freezes whenever they launch in the air to do do their special moves, and then you got both sides doing it. So everybody's popping off. The game's freezing, a lot of damage, freezing, a lot of damage. So it's funny watching the game take place at 2 times speed, which is what I have a lot of the things set up. So it's pretty good, pretty funny in terms of watching it how it progresses. Because everybody's hitting up on the specials all the time, so it's funny watching it do it. All right, so yeah, just keep punching through, focusing on it. Like I said, guys, there's a lot of stuff in this game. There's really no way to do it. Just spend a lot of time focusing on different aspects of the weapons and enhancing them when you can, and you should be able to progress pretty good. Like I say, in just one session, I almost brought us up 4 million. So yeah, I mean. It's not something that you could do on a daily basis, but at least every other day or once every couple of days, you should specifically focus. Just open up the Soul Masters and just look at each. You can see from this tab right here, and then just start going through them and try to get everything to match. Try to set a goal that's easily obtainable, and then try to get to that goal. And once you've got to that goal, you set another goal, so forth, and so on. And you just and that's the way you keep leveling up. The characters. Big jump was going to happen next week, like I say. Whether if something's coming for the Silver Empress, yeah, we'll hold off. Otherwise, we're just going to go ahead and get Oscar. I think putting Oscar in the team will make me extremely successful inside of PvP because he does promote a lot of healing. In the end, that's what it comes down to, is being able to survive at teams that are a little bit higher than you. I am able to do that right now once I put Deojin, but I think it could be just a little bit better with a straight healer, because there's nobody in this team that focuses on straight healing. Some get peripheral healing from support methodology, but there's nothing that focuses directly on healing. Ayen's a good healer, but since I'm going to go ahead and probably focus on Oscar or Ayen SS, there's no use focusing on Ayen S. I'm going to leave her to support role so she can come in, do extra healing, but mainly for her attack buff. Anytime you can get the whole team gets an attack buff, that's beneficial. So if you do have her, you might want to definitely put her in a support role if you don't have her in her team directly, simply because of the fact that she can do some pretty good healing. Okay. All right, so that's all I got, guys. Just wanted to give you an update. Go ahead and focus on that. Get that SS Jade Phoenix. He's a pretty cool looking beast. All right. So remember to subscribe. Once you've subscribed, you'll see that bell. If you click on the bell, YouTube will notify you when I drop a video. Also, remember to like and share the video. That does help the channel immensely. And sound off on the comments if you got any questions or if you have some advice. Always take advice. Helps to make some of the decisions a little bit easier, especially some who are a little bit farther along in some of the events on different servers. Might be able to say, have they seen an Ayen event or anything like that, or if you've heard of one, I would be happy to know. Would be very appreciative if you have that information. So this is Kendra coming at you from the corner, signing out.